that many parties have now pledged support in an open letter, opposition parties, to the Congress party, saying that there is an attempt by this government to use central agencies to pressurize the opposition or to gag, muzzle the opposition's voice. Having said that, once again, the sloganeering primarily so, senior leaders of the Congress, you can see Pawan Khera continuing to talk to the press, Harish Rawat. Now this is the VIP bus, if I can say, the VIP bus of the Delhi police, because it has Randeep Surjewala, Sachin Pilot, Harish Rawat, I'm just reading out from the windows, Ajay Makan, name it, and they are there. Pawan Khera. So that bus going. What is also interesting, viewers, is because in the Congress party, clearly there was also an attempt of a bit of, show and tell. When the detentions were taking place, some leaders were falling right behind Ajay Makan, who's not feeling too well. But the minute the detention started, you could see some of the leadership make a thrust right there in protest. So at least visually, it looks that they are being detained. But all in all, but that's just the surround sound. All in all, the top Congress leadership up in arms for their chairperson, interim chairperson, Sonia Gandhi, who is right now being detained, interrogated, I beg your pardon, by the Enforcement Directorate. She, alongside Rahul Gandhi and PRIYANKA Gandhi, went to the ED, where she's entered the offices, her interrogation to start a short while from now. But the gates now being closed where the Congress headquarters is concerned. Everyone who's outside has courted detention. Once again, I'd like to connect to my colleague Aishwarya Paliwal, who's joining us outside the Congress headquarters. But before that, Munish, has the interrogation started? Are any special allowances being made to Sonia Gandhi this time around? There was an appeal that her doctor go with her. Has that been allowed?
Well, Preeti, the questioning of Sonia Gandhi will start in next 5 minutes. That is what we have been given to understand by our sources within the Enforcement Directorate. As far as, what the current situation is, what is happening right now is concerned, the formalities are being done because this is a statement of Sonia Gandhi which will be recorded under Section 50 of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, which means that Sonia Gandhi will first take an oath and then under oath this statement will be recorded. But also we have also accessed the line of questioning for Sonia Gandhi and what we have been given to understand is that the ED would ask Sonia Gandhi about her association with Young Indian Private Limited, and why they want to ask specifically because she was not only 38% shareholder but also the director of Young Indian Private Limited. Also, it is important to point out that she was the last one to become director of the company, and she became director of the company just days after the entire the transaction between AJL and Young Indian Private Limited took place. Apart from that, the ED also wants to know from Sonia Gandhi that whether she was aware of any transaction details between Young Indian Private Limited and AJL. She was aware that what are the properties of AJL and whether those properties are being used for any business purpose or not. So these are the questions which the Enforcement Directorate would like to ask Sonia Gandhi, and the question will start in next 5 minutes.
The questioning to start in the next 5 minutes. Right now, regular protocol is being followed. But Manish, give us an indication. So no special allowances for Sonia Gandhi this time around, no doctor to sit beside her, the lawyer also not allowed.
Haji.
Manish, can you hear me? All right, we seem to have lost my colleague Munish. We're going to try and connect to him again. Once again, let you get our viewers up to speed to give you a larger understanding. Suddenly, the Congress headquarters have gone terribly quiet. It went as per script, viewers. There was the Seva Dal, the Women's Wing, the Cadre, all of them have been detained. Of what the visuals were, along with the senior leadership. This is how desolate the Congress headquarters look like right now. All senior leadership of the Congress party which was here in attendance has been detained. Ashok Gehlot's team has just gone. There was a bit of resistance where Ashok Gehlot was concerned, where his own security from Rajasthan refused to let the Delhi police or even the Rapid Action Force come in or detain him. But the entire top rung of the leadership has been detained, so have the cadre been. Things extremely quiet at the Congress headquarters. All of these leaders will be detained till Sonia Gandhi is released. So they can expect a long haul from here on where the detention is concerned. In Parliament, of course, massive ruckus, massive furor where the Congress MPs are. They've staged a walkout. All of them have come to the AICC headquarters. They've courted detention, all taken to nearby police stations, some in fact far-flung police stations as well. And it's going to stay till, of course, Sonia Gandhi is released, where her interrogation is completed, at least on day one. Will she be called for further interrogation?